Right, I teleported back to the beginning here, so I can start from there. The procs at the southern end were, I wouldn't say out of our league by any means, but troublesome, very troublesome. We just didn't have ways to really effectively kill them, and we certainly don't have any equipment to tank any damage. So a bit of a problem. It's also painfully clear that we need some sort of a mobility ability, teleportation probably. Ham.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
Say you're not a stranger, you're Losa.
Hi, Losa. I'm Tam. Are you a sorcerer too?
Say you must be, or you wouldn't be here.
The child screws up his face and looks at you hard. He lifts his mirror up to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy.
Tell him they may well be wrong and crazy.
Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
Ask him if his parents know where he is.
They're gone now. Their Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home.
Say it isn't safe out here. Your ship was attacked by Voidwalken not far up this shore.
But you didn't die.
Ask him why he doesn't seem scared.
Guess I am. But it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
Say you survived the Voidwalken attack by the skin of your teeth. You should really find somewhere safer to go.
There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean. You'll see.
Amber Ring. Arrow the Urge +1. Don't want to waste 300 gold for that when I'm in desperate need of basic equipment and skills. +1 to throw abilities you don't actually have isn't all that useful. Also, it's like 5% extra damage. It's something extra once you have basically gotten all the basics done. It's not fundamentally important really. Unless it's a prerequisite to actually cast the skill in the first place. Right, the map seems to be a good indicator of where you can actually go. The blood there. There were Voidwalken there. Didn't pay attention to what level they were, but probably not all that high level, yeah. Viscous Voidling. Leather scraps.
Voidwoken.
Level
the same
1,
beast
yeah,
that
they
sank
might
our
have been
ship.
slightly easier
Damn,
to
they
deal
made
with
it
than
to
level
shore.
3. Even more pathetic than I am. And that's pretty pathetic. I think we can end it in a turn or two. did it speak? Said Sabil's name.
Stare at the slain beasts and comment that they must have been the cause of the shipwreck.
I would have preferred not to spill more blood today.
They didn't put up much of a fight. Dry land mustn't suit them.
It was good to see some of them bleed after what they did to the ship.
I'm in no mood to risk facing more of these things. It's time to move on.
Roll lumpy giblets.
This pig's bladder was on the ship.
Shell, 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 shell. Must have read that before, didn't get any new recipes out of it. Right, our weapons aren't exactly great, but they're solid basic weapons. I might be able to create something that's level appropriate though, so a level 3 knife on a stick. I'm not sure how much of a difference would it make. Yeah, because level 2 sharp stone on a stick is basically the same as a knife on a stick, level 1. So I'm not sure we can basically produce anything more effective at this point. Could be just a waste of resources. Tea herbs. We can brew some tea. Jolly good. Who is that? Trice. Trice was one of the children on the ship.
Hey lady, it's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me.
Tunic. One of the magisters.
Now where should I put this one?
There wasn't really many magisters left alive. One unconscious one, I guess. One we didn't save, or even try to save. Fish bones. What possible use could fish bones have? Purposes dark or light, like Morse organic matter. Needles, maybe? I'm pretty sure some sort of fish bones would have been used as needles, or have been used as needles. Bone in general. Crocodilians. Brother Buyer. I'll explore everything outside the city. We can climb there. Yarrow Flower. Intelligence and health. Well, if nothing else, we're getting a little bit of pocket change out of this. And as much as those are pathetic amounts, they're still good enough to buy a single equipment piece upgrade. So it's not much, but that not much is still enough to get something new. Wonder if the I was about to say, I wonder if this has hidden treasure in like the first game. Or ore veins. It's a two-handed weapon though. Nothing else. There has to be, because there's wits. Find hidden treasures, right? It's literally written down there, so there has to be. Someone has to take it. It's probably it's a road here, clearly visible on the map. Ooh. Slightly hidden in the world, not really.
What's this? I found something.
Oh, hidden treasure.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
Dusty pouch. Gold, darling bow. And leather armor. An actual useful armor. You take it. Her armor is terrible. Solid bow, but no one's using a bow. Huntsman or two would probably be incredibly useful. At least it was in the first game. It's the nature of their attack powers. They can pretty much sit in perfect safety away from the enemy and pour out a massive amount of damage. Not sure if it works exactly like that in this game. There is a height damage. Ooh, there's a vine there. There's height damage bonus you get. It's about 10-20%. So there's that. Doesn't really benefit close range fighters, but mages and archers would benefit from it. Battlefield control. Guess we can't climb this really. Right. There's a little bit of extra treasure there. Containers. Towers. And a path to... looks like a destroyed war machine, ballista maybe. And that is it. Still, not sure how you're gonna get there without teleportation. Oh, there's stuff there too. Stuck there on something. Did I loot this place already? Nope. This skull allows me to make a wand. Crafted wand. I'm not sure why would I want to really though. Again, because I can do a level 2 wand, which is equally useless as a level 1 wand. I want to save those if we basically get into a situation where we really haven't gotten a wand for a couple of levels. And we feel like we need something, a little bit of oomph on the damage, then we want to create our own wands. I think I'll head there. It's a secret passage, yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's all that dangerous for us. It's still outside the city after all. Boy wooden block. Hidden alcove. Not particularly hidden though.
Wonder where this leads.
Bane. Another companion we didn't bother to take with us.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
Cautiously asked what he's doing.
Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Admit that you're surprised to find him here. Why did he head for a prison island?
It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here, but she rather seems to have given me the slip. Thus...
He turns back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
Not toward the corpse. Anything valuable there?
Oh yes, an exceptionally common but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Ask why he needs to make a mask.
Because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal. Oh, get away! Monster! Hide the children! Oh. You are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... Well, not my kind, but those that look like me. So, if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features.
Look at him curiously. What does he mean, not his kind?
Simply put, I am an Eternal, and you are not. You have my sympathies. Indeed, no one seems to have the good taste to be. My people are rather absent, at least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
Ask why he's still here if his people have vanished.
Well, that hardly seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced for a time. Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track. I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its full potential. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate.
Okay, an eternal. What is that? Some sort of a club? Cult?
A cult? Hardly. We were a race that existed before the idea of race was needed. We were all one. I could ask you to imagine an Eternal as a creature of incredible intelligence and skill. But I fear the limits of your imagination would not do us justice. We studied the mysteries of the universe. We created works of great art. We disappeared. But I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them. We will have our world again.
Where does he think his people are? In some other realm?
Ah, well, that is the curious thing. They are clearly absent from this world, and yet they are everywhere. Every one of your races resembles them in some manner, and the statues you have built to your gods look remarkably familiar. Perhaps my people have ascended to some new realm, or perhaps your gods are merely a folk memory. Regardless, they are not here, but I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them.
Sounds like he needs a companion. Ask if he would like to travel with you.
I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous. You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful.
Yeah, could work out well for the both of us.
Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled. Of course, the art. I could do that with one hand behind. Splendid. Although, it seems you already have quite a pack of traveling companions. Perhaps you should try discarding some grit before you help yourself to a pearl.
Alright, can't join. The conversation I had with him was because I was thinking he might be a good solo character. Because if he can switch faces, he could be whatever he wants, more or less, to present to other people. He might be able to change it up. While if you just choose something, that's what you are, and that's the end of it. Stained shirt of worthlessness. Oh, vines. There's two guys there, Coral and Unis. Also apparently a chest there. Yeah, I can't reach. Let's show on the map. There's about a chest-sized hole there. Teleportation or a lot of telekinesis. Tree trunk. Automatically targeting it too. Did ill. And that's a spicy pepper. Okay, it looks like there's a fortress or an actual city to the southeast. Right. And that's what they're guarding there, the Magisters. So we're sort of living in a ghetto outside the actual fort. I'll hazard a guess that we can't go forward unless we go through the fort. Tension low. You are safe to move around and do as you please.
Mama!
What does that mean?
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling.
Place a hand on her head and softly whisper, "Shh."
The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with curious eyes.
Ask if she'd like to hear a joke.
She nods.
Ask if she knows what you get from a pampered cow.
What?
Spoiled milk.
A wide smile cracks across her tear-streaked face, exposing a big gap where her two front teeth should be.
A pampered cow? You're funny.
Super funny.
You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
The child wipes her eyes and, grinning, plunks herself down on the earthen ground. She starts tracing shapes, hearts, stars, and diamonds into the dirt.
A scroll of electrical discharge. Can shock targets. Wonder how useful that really is. Unis. She has good equipment.
Go! Get out! You are not welcome here. Go, she-pig!
She-pig. Ooh, nails can be crafted into lockpicks. So I'll take those. What can I give in return that's more or less of similar equal value? Maybe some lemonade. Apologize and back away.
You do nothing wrong. I'm not myself. This place... Freya, please, please, just go.
Maybe better reaction if an elf talks to her.
Where is she? You go with us. Who are you? Are you from the shelter? She says nothing of another. Fire, alas! She is so late!
You sense an opportunity. Say she sent you to collect all the group's valuables. She needs every last piece of gold before moving forward. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Let's go to Sabile option. Demand to know who has her so rattled. It wouldn't be a lizard, would it?
Yes, Atusa. She is a lizard, she is a magister, but she is kind. She says there are many magisters who do not agree with the bishop. She says they bring us to safety. But Atusa is overdue. She promises to come at noon. We are afraid to stay, afraid to leave.
Ask if she knows where exactly Atusa is meant to take them.
She says there is a shelter in the marshes outside the fort. She says she brings us there first. She knows a safe path. We wait for a boat, and then we go. Wherever we make a new home.
Shelter in the marshes outside the fort. Take your leave. Might as well look for the shelter. Turtle. Automatic save means of battle. What's so dangerous about turtles? Ancient turtle. Sebille shares lore with Loseth. Water and earth resistance. Level 2, so proper opponents for us, and I think if we fight this we're likely to get a level up or get very close to it. You need to change the wand to something else. You don't really have something else though. The fire damage on this sucks.
Can you feel it? Can you feel the darkness approaching?
What darkness?
It is as if I'm being chilled from the inside out. I have become ice, frozen by an unimaginably black shadow. It threatens to consume me. It threatens to consume all.
Well, that's not exactly encouraging. I'm assuming it's referring to the void.
I spotted something.
Treasure box. And a minor healing potion. I wonder if these are level scaled too. If you find this later, you get something better out of it. Hopefully not.
They're transforming.
Yes, they are. They don't have magical armor though, so status effects should stick with them right from the start. It's trying to spread water around. I'm extremely worried about that. Right. I can restore some magical armor, but that's about it. First one down, 300 XP. We're not gonna get a level up from this, but we're gonna get very, very close. What the hell? Okay, wrong ability. There isn't all that much I can do. I've made no physical attacks. Right, this is an easy fight.
Glory is mine!
425 for a level up. Looks like good looking gear at least. Some meat. More meat.
Swallowed too much seawater, by the looks of him.
Identifying
Foolish to
glass.
attempt an escape by sea in these
Doesn't really matter
waters.
who takes this. Saki Diary. First night here. Don't seem like it'll be too bad. Found somewhere quiet to sleep. Brought enough dry bread to last me. When all this blows over, I'll be happy to say I survived it in comfort. Group of dumb brutes shook me down for my bread. Will have to get smart if I want to eat. But an old fisherman named Rad taught me how to make a net. Rad's gone. Dumb brutes took my net. At least the meanest one got took in the night, getting hungry. I always was a strong swimmer. Waters around here are pretty glassy. Can't be much more than a few miles to shore, can it? Yeah, he was a smart guy. Don't think they would have shipped us here in big ships if the shore was that close. You could probably see it. It's just a couple of miles anyway. We got a couple of equipment pieces. Need to check out what they actually are. Bows. Well-worn chest. Lock level 1. We probably actually have lockpicks. Do I have skill in it? Surely I have a single point. No. Okay, what did we get? We have a pre-identifying glass, so that's something. Leather armor. Turtle's Claw wand. Double your damage. It's poison, so it's not good against undead, but other than that. Well, a little bit of fight, a little bit of treasure. Not bad overall. How much money do I have? Hard to say here. Maybe about 600-700 in total. That's enough for 2 skill books. And we seem to get some basic equipment at this point, so that's okay too. But I need to level up first, because without that I can't take new skills anyway. So it's just a waste of money at this point. What could I do that's a minor task that would give me the well, crocodilians. I would honestly want to get level up before crocodilians. Maybe I can do some minor task in the town. I haven't talked to the people there all that much. Even a pathetic little fight would be enough at this point. Ifan Ben Mez.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Smile and reach out a hand to shake his.
He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it, hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
You're keen to get out of here. How does he think that'll happen?
The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. 2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
Yes.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, survival's my main priority. Can do.
He scans the hut.
Looks like you've got quite a busy little...
Right. We don't have room for him to join. Burrow. Pretty sure I haven't talked to you.
Bloody cavies. Too big for their boots as usual. They ought to keep out of our hair if they don't want to pay for the pleasure.
Crab claws. Empty honey jar. What he means by cavies?
You know, elves, dwarfs, lizards, undesirables. Those of them that would see the whole realm eaten up by the void woken before they change their ways.
Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself? They were so close, almost within arm's reach.
Say you must have missed out on the fun.
They were just there but a moment ago. The bishop's much taller than I'd imagined from the paintings, and the hammer is so much younger.
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay the law down on that elf. Why do you want to help one of them?
So you don't believe in us and them?
Then you're in the wrong place. We run this joint, Griff's people, and we don't cozy up to oddballs.
Now talk to the magisters guarding the city gate. What would be required for us to get through? Now they're level 4, so way above us.
Collar, on, sauce, gone, go!
The Magister stares at the ground, unaware of your presence. With a start, she looks up and realizes someone is standing right beside her. Her eyes meet yours. She doesn't blink.
Cutting board. What the hell is this good for? Ooh, boots. They're terrible boots, but I'll take any kind of a boot at this point. I've seen one place sell them.
The Divine is dead. The Bishop is all we have left.
Offer that perhaps it's time to forge new gods.
This isn't some thought experiment, you know. This is real. The Voidwoken are here, and only a Divine can send them back. Lucian is gone. We are alone. And unless Bishop Alexander ascends...
Her voice trails to silence, and she resumes staring at the ground, lost deeply in thought.
I do wish Alexander would ascend sooner rather than later.
Wonder what's keeping Alexander from ascending.
They say his powers are not developing as they should. They blame the Voidwoken. But we need his powers to develop so that he may banish the Voidwoken. It's quite the pickle.
Ask if the Divine was alive when she enlisted.
Oh, yes. Only a week or two before, well, you know. I wanted to serve him more than anything. But who didn't then? He was driving the Black Ring back, soon to rout them entirely.
What is the Black Ring? Ask if she's certain that rounding up sorcerers in Fort Joy will protect anyone.
I put my faith in the Bishop. Reminds me of his father. And what he said has been true. Wherever there are sorcerers, Voidwoken strike.
Yeah, but that's also been... Oh. Oh fuck. They're killing the cat.
Bad luck.
Why the hell are we shooting at us? Yeah, probably shouldn't be talking to them again, I guess.
The cat's eyes are clouded and...
What's going on?
Right, did not expect that.
Pipe down, Farah. It's time to accept reality. A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night she hollers after that child. You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Ask if the two of them have history.
Known her all my life. Her little girl Irma too. Farah was a straight shooting woman in those days, but now she's madder than a cuckoo into Isis loud.
Why does he think she's mad?
What else do you call hollering after a ghost? That child of hers she's shouting after has been dead and buried a month over. Killed by a void woken back in our home village. Never even stepped foot in Fort Joy. And there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
Please, please, you must help me. No one here will help me. Not one of these bastards. A child is missing. My baby.
Irma's doll. This doll belonged to Farah's daughter Irma, tear-stained and torn. It is a bleak reminder of the heartbreak suffered by the grieving woman. Like a voodoo doll to me. Worriedly asked the child's name.
Irma. She's called Irma. I haven't seen her in days. I'm sick with worry. Completely sick. And no one in this damn camp will lift a finger to help me find her.
What does she know about her daughter's disappearance?
I last saw her just here, near 3 days ago. She was playing with her little doll, and I was washing out her tunic. I turned from her for one moment, and she was gone. Left her doll behind too. It's so unlike her.
So dead for a long time versus disappeared 3 days ago. Asked to have a closer look at the doll.
Yes, of course. Here, you should take it with you. When you find her, give her the doll and tell her, Mummy says this is for her little chicken, and it's time to come home. That's what I call her, my little chicken.
She soaks up a steady stream of tears with her shirt sleeve.
She ought to come with you then. She ought to follow you back to me.
I wonder why no one else in the camp will help her look.
This place turns people cold. Cold and wicked. That fellow Jeth over there speaks unutterable evil, but I can't move away from him. What if Irma comes back and I'm not here?
Say you'll do your best and bid her goodbye for now.
You are an angel. Truly you are.
What exactly am I supposed to do with this if the child doesn't really exist? Couldn't we get a third party to say which one is right?
She don't listen to reason. Maybe you'll have better luck than I. If I have to hear calling after Irma another day, I might lose my head. And there's not a soul here who'd blame me.
I can't wait all day.
Can I get something extra out of the other
Fella
people?
can't hear himself think with all this racket. You hear that, Farah? You got to cut that out. What's happened to ya?
Same dialogue options as before I had this conversation. Not sure if there's a point in repeating them.
That's your 5th blue jester this round.
But at least we'll have things to do.
You there? I'm looking for an inmate. He wears a large bronze ring with a dragon stamped into it. Name of Migo. Have you seen him?
Ask why she's looking for him.
None of your business, inmate. Find me if you hear of a Migo. Otherwise, don't waste my time.
Okay. Don't mind getting these quests. I'm sure we'll stumble upon some of them.
The priest's jaws might be sewn shut with fishing wire, so harshly do they clench at the sight of Beast. He speaks one clipped, precise syllable.
Son.
Challenge the priest. Has Beast offended him in some way?
I'm not offended by the Beast. No matter how foul that name feels to my lips. Just disappointed.
He turns his attention to Beast himself, whose face looks oddly blank, given his usual rambunctious demeanour.
Did you think your merry band could try to toss Justinia into the sea and the clouds would turn to rainbows?
A storm of your making still rages, and whenever word of your deeds reaches her ears, lightning strikes. When your flunkies scream for revolution, I know what they're really screaming for, Beast. And I know it's dwarven blood being shed.
Someone had to stand up to Justinia. Not all of us are like you religious types. You fold up your hands and pray. Like that's going to feed the hungry and bathe the young. I'm not given to prayer. I just get things done.
I would sooner implore Duna to intervene than to leave behind a trail of crimson limbs for the innocent to clean away.
The priest collects himself. His eyes still burn, but his words are ice.
May the Seven bless you, Beast. Greetings, child. I find myself in your so-called divine lands, yet I feel his absence deep in my heart all the same.
Toy wooden block, a couple of branches. Say he looks about your age and thank him not to call you a child.
No disrespect, eh? I'm used to calling all the Divine's offspring that way. Absent though our father may be.
Not particularly useful. I mean, Heathen. Can bees talk with him then?
Send us your children. You will be forgiven, son. If not by me.
Okay, could you all come here, please?
Greetings, child. You must be very far from your homelands indeed. Hurts to be so far from your loved ones, eh? I know the feeling.
Brush off his comment. You're doing fine on your own.
No one's truly fine alone, my friend. People need each other, just as we need a divine.
Okay, he seems to be spouting nonsense to everyone. Or rather, useless words.
Looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house?
Not now.
No problem, Freshie. In that case, enjoy your stay. But I'll be needing to collect your interment fee first, of course.
As to know more about this internment fee?
I'm sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets.
Looks like we'll be getting that experience that we needed. Yeah, say no one mentioned having to pay to stay here.
Well, you've heard of it now, ain't ya? Go on then, Freshie. Turn 'em out.
Say you won't hand over what's rightfully yours.
We'll see about that, Freshie.
How good are you? Mosquito swarm. Level 2, level 2, level 2. Their equipment is piece of crap like ours, so in that sense they're a good match for us. I'd like to get at least 2 of them. Huh. Who's first? I can weaken one of them a little bit. think focus fire makes the perfect sense, so Ralvo is our main target.
Your supplicants, they need divine.
Also, please stop burning. And we're burning again. Wonderful. And you missed, you piece of crap. Well, rectification it is then.
Your children, your supplicants.
And the level ups, excellent. Right, we mostly managed to fight on our armor, so our health didn't get damaged all that badly. Good practice fight.
Meet your maker.
I think I'll loot and level up and leave things at that, more or less. Slug's axe. Wooden figurine. Cup of tea, stained shirt. Lockpicks, healing potion ingredients. Firestorm grenade. Minor healing. Identifying glass. Another recipe book, I think. Contrary to what you thought this book would be about, it's more of a political pamphlet against all authority or hierarchical organization, where the author uses the well-known firestorm grenade as a symbol for the burning desire of the agitators that use it. The book itself is, like its simile, a highly amateur affair. Fortunately, at the back of the book there's a very detailed illustration of a firestorm grenade along with an exact list of ingredients. 3 new recipes. Hierarchy, hierarchical. How do you pronounce hierarchical? Doesn't look like there's anything particularly interesting there. Right. We have another one-handed weapon, certainly. Upgrade for you. Not much of an upgrade, but Still an upgrade. Hierarchical? Yeah, it's just... it sounds wrong. I'm pretty sure I bought bare boots. Who gets them? Right, level up. Now that we have more points... ooh, we got a talent too. Your damage focused. You're also very good at dealing damage. More or less, she has more mobility. So she can... in practical terms, she probably doesn't do that much damage with her attacks. But in reality, she can deliver it faster and do more critical hits. Warfare, Aerotheurge, and you're gonna get Hydrosophist too, so we have a secondary healer. And because he is also a war mage or whatever, he is gonna have intelligence, so it'll translate to Hydrosophist too. But not sure what we want more than other things. We probably have enough slots for the... yeah, we don't need any extra there. But we would be totally spent if we take a heal here. So take one memory slot. This is pretty straightforward. Strength. Maybe another warfare. Extra physical attacks deal extra damage. Or two-handed. But this only applies to two-handed weapon. I don't even have a two-handed weapon at the moment. Also, I'm not quite sure what exactly we want all to take. We want certain type of mobility abilities on everyone. Everyone must be able to move around quickly in emergencies. It doesn't have to be a teleport ability, but something like a battering ram, for example. Preferably something a little bit better than that, though. And I need to have an understanding of what our options really are. Ooh, take wits. Someone has to take wits. She needs a secondary ability besides Scoundrel. Not sure what it would be at this stage. In that sense, she would have been a good choice for the Hydrosophist. Again, everything depends on what we can afford. We have enough slots, and we probably have enough slots for now. Still don't know if I want to keep taking intelligence. It's nice, but intelligence-based attacks and skills do extra damage. That's fine, but is it that big of a deal? I'll sit on one of the points in case I need it for gear or extra memory. Again, sitting on points until we actually get new skills. We can choose talents. I want every melee fighter to have Opportunist. Really, what do you have? Opportunist, Sophisticated, Fire Resistance, Poison Resistance, +1 Persuasion from Spell Song, right. Comeback Kid. We can... when we get hit by a fatal blow, we might not die. +1 Sneaking. 10% maximum vitality, plus 5% bot, 5% unit dodging. Opportunist, please. Without Opportunist, they can basically just run around our guys without any kind of limit. Ancestral Knowledge, +1 Lore Master. Corpse Eater, lets you eat body parts to access the memories of the dead. Gross. the pawn permits your character 1 action point worth of free movement per turn. Again, very very useful. Opportunist, please. Now we might be able to hold our defensive line or attack line. Surround a caster or something to basically prevent it from moving around. We would like something offensive with this. Extra action points, extra damage, something along those lines. 2 extra action points after dealing a killing blow once per turn. That's a potential one. Doubles the effects of food and potions. That seems incredibly good. Because food provides percentage-based healing. Potions would also stay relevant much longer. And it might apply to non-health potions. Also double the effects of non-healing effects on food, maybe. So this could be very useful. Still, damage is our priority. Heals when you're standing in blood. 30%, okay, living armor adds 35% of all healing you receive by skills or consumables to your magic armor. Every time you heal, you also restore some defenses. 3 extra points in your memory. Dodging while dual wielding. Critical hit chance to your magical skills. Extra range for grenades. With torture, certain statuses caused by you are no longer blocked by magic or physical armor, and their duration is extended by 1 turn. Burning, poison, bleeding, necrofire, acid, suffocating, entangled, death wish, and ruptured tendons are affected by the skill. This is not bad, but these look like things that you might do through spell casting, so a guy wielding a 2-handed weapon probably isn't gonna do most of this. So I'm not sure if it's good for him. Still, it's seems like a powerful ability to me. You explode when you die. That's stupid. Walk it off reduces all status durations by 1 turn, including positive statuses. Does not affect statuses with duration of 1 turn. This seems like a... You'd have to have a plan for this. Because buffing is a big thing about dealing more damage. Water Rush increases your recovery and maximum action points by 1 when your health is below 50%. This might be more useful here than the first game, because you have trouble easily increasing the amount of action points. I'm assuming it means vitality too, because there's no health in the game. There's physical armor, magical armor, and vitality. So with good enough armors, you could permanently maintain a low vitality level. Maybe get a bonus out of this one. I think I'll take the Executioner. 2 extra action points after dealing a killing blow once per turn. Bonus critical chance. Critical multiplier. Talk to animals. +1 bartering. Not sure what I would want with her. Increases the range of skills and scrolls by 2 meters. Does not affect melee or touch range skills. This could be somewhat useful, but I don't think that's a big deal. Maybe living armor. 35% of all healing received by skills or consumables magic armor. This because because it's so effective against a lot of status effects, against damage. So we wouldn't have to use armor restoration skills specifically to actually restore those. Any kind of restoration would get us back into the fighting shape, restore our shields against status effects. Alternatively, torture, because this is probably the only character that can reliably dump status effects on the enemy. I'll take the living armor for now. It will probably be useful for everyone, in fact. Make the healer's job much easier. Maintaining defenses against status effects would also be much easier. Right, I'll leave things for here for now. Most importantly, the level up gave us a lot of extra hit points. I think we had 40 before. Now we have 60. Right, we need better... shopkeepers also replenish their gear every time you level up, and once every hour in addition to that. So there's a good chance we might be able to buy some basic gear at this point. I will certainly need to buy skills and all that, but I'm not sure I want to do it now because it might take time. What we really need is though the healing, that's the basic. And I know where that particular guy is, so that's something I can do. It was the blue lizard in the ghetto here.
I fear it will be quite some time before we find any answers at all, my friend. Though, it doesn't hurt to ponder.
Rain could be useful. The thing is, I'm not sure I want to buy it now. We're not exactly super rich after all. Just paid with... I might have a couple of treasure items. No, I sold those earlier. Yeah, this will do. Enough funds for another skill book. You're the one with the skills, right? Yeah.
When another divine arises,
it's not much, but it'll
so quickly,
make things a lot easier for us as a team.
What in his death caused it? So Voidwoken are attracted
since I'm doing this, I might as well do one extra thing.
When another divine arises,
take a look at the
force change back.
Smith. Does she have anything actually for sale this time? They really hate that goddamn cat for some reason.
Bless you, maniac.
Also, there's a rat.
The woman looks up as you approach, wiping her brow with a grease-blackened hand.
Certainly new stuff, but nothing particularly amazing. Summoning. I was looking for basic gear.
What do you need?
I don't get that. What the hell did the cat do to them?